All right, heading into the evening, we have some very windy conditions at the Dakota Magic Casino at the South Dakota border, and just beyond the horizon, there are some storms pushing up from the south. You're looking in generally that south-southwesterly direction right now. A light rain shower in the FM area, a 68-degree reading on the thermometer with winds gusting to almost 40 miles per hour. 70s holding true down to the south. Cool pool of air in Minnesota, 52 Bemidji, 54 Baudette, 72 in Valley City. Here's our rain-cooled air out in Jamestown, and boy, has it rained in Stutsman County. Let's take a look at wind speeds. Oh, yes, it's windy there, too. We have a southeast flow into the storm system, feeding that humid air into it, and that's why it's an efficient rainmaker. And we are seeing it making its way off to the east. Gusts to almost 40 miles per hour there now are out of the west in Jamestown, and still breezy elsewhere. A little line of storms formed from Langdon through the FM area. That's not the main event. The last several, we've gotten a few raindrops. Sometimes we see a big, huge line of thunderstorms like this, and then they appear to split as they approach Fargo. Radars in Mayville, these are about 100 miles away. As the storms get closer, they become a little bit more into focus with the radar because that radar beam expands as it gets farther from the radar. So a little thunderstorm makes it look like a big, broad thunderstorm. As they get closer, we see the individual cells, and it appears like they split whoop, right around Fargo. Let's hope that doesn't happen. We could use the rain, not the wind so much. Hey, our severe thunderstorm warning in the Devil's Lake Basin has expired. That one was for wind gusts to 70 miles per hour. I think that'll be our main threat. Gusty straight line winds, some small hail, well under an inch in diameter as we go through much of the overnight hours. And look at all of the rain. Rain continues in Stutsman County now as we head into the evening. Let's take you from north to south. Langdon, very heavy rain moving into you, Walhalla, Rock Lake, Candu. And this is a very wide area of rainfall that's moving east-northeast, so it's going to last a long time in Langdon. We have some showers making their way through parts of Grand Forks County. More on that in a second. These are moving into Michigan County with their heavy rain. Cooperstown, rain on your doorstep as well. This skinny little line right here, by the way, moving into Grand Forks by 10:50. That's the first round. And then the main event will come in the overnight hours. I guess we'll look at where everything started today. As we look out to the west, things quieter there, but still very windy on the backside of the storm. Jamestown, you're seeing storms move to the east, still raining heavily, and it will now for about another hour, but not quite as heavy. It'll start letting up just a little bit. These storms will be making their way towards Wimbledon soon. Valley City by 10:55. South of you in Sisseton. Also in Gwinner and Sargent County, there's some storms moving up to the north and east. Some thunder, lightning, small hail, and some gusty winds. And Lakes Country, a little skinny line will make its way in towards you first. And then the main event happens in the overnight hours. Let's time this out for you as we start things into motion in the 10 o'clock hour. Looks like by around midnight, that main band will be pushing through the Red River Valley. So the skinny line moves off into Minnesota, and then the main event happens between midnight and say 2. We could still see gusty straight line winds. They could be severe. We'll let you know. Temperatures cooling off as the storms move into Minnesota. By 4 a.m., we'll still be seeing chances of showers and thunderstorms through the valley as we rise and shine. Most of it will be in Minnesota. Tomorrow, hit and miss showers continue. Gusty winds, and we're talking about some pretty significant wind again from the northwest at about 15 to 25 miles per hour. Temperatures peaking in the 60s. Flood advisories, Jamestown north into Carrington. A wind warning down in northeast South Dakota. Here's your hometown forecast. Tomorrow afternoon, only 50s and low 60s, as we will see better weather for the second half of our weekend. Here's a Dakota Madewell photo that was loaded from our last round of storms that really missed the FM area. Better on Sunday, in the 70s, a little less wind as well. Next week, the 80s return with just hit and miss thunderstorms.
You'll be busy for the rest of the night.
It looks like it.
All right, thank you so much.
June